Hi friends. So it is pretty late at night, probably about 10 o'clock at night right now. And I just feel really inspired to do a reading. I got the idea yesterday. It was on my mind yesterday to do it. But I did not I just couldn't find the motivation to do it, and I didn't want to like force the energy. And so all day today, I've been reminding myself like, do the reading, do the reading. But again, I wanted it to feel natural. And I was in the bed, and all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I feel like doing this reading. So the reading is, well, as you can probably see in the title at this point, is what you need to commit to right now. Because I just feel like energetically, we are all just trying to figure it out. And it can be a daunting task. And but spirit is here. Spirit is always here when we choose to open ourselves to connect to it, to lead us, to guide us, to help us understand, to bring us clarity. And so hopefully that is my intention for this reading tonight. Hopefully you will receive some much needed clarity about what you need to do right now at this time in your life. Hopefully this will simplify some of your thoughts. So I'm going to show you the spread. We have six decks that you can choose from tonight, and or tomorrow probably when you see this. I don't know. So again, take 3 deep breaths, and you want to ask Spirit, what do I need to commit to at this time? And then you'll make your choice. Okay? So let's do that. See if I can get a good angle here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you can make your choice. And if you need more time, you can always pause the video to make your decision. Okay. Hopefully you guys have made your decision. Have some tea. Okay, let's get right into number 1. We'll just leave everything. It's okay. Let's see here. Number 1, what do you need to commit to? So first, from the Oracle deck, you have your desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. So sounds like you need to commit to faith. Let's see. You got the 8 of Pentacles. And you got the 6 of Cups. Let's see here. What's going on with you? You're contemplating this move or this switch, or there's something shifting, and or you've been like, again, trying to figure it out. And maybe you've been trying one thing one way, or maybe you haven't been trying much at all, but just like a lot of thoughts in your head, and you want to do something different, but you haven't really put forth the initiative to make the change. And so I'm feeling like it's time for you to, whatever your actual desire is, commit to it with faith and integrity. And I keep talking about that. That seems to be a recurring theme at this time from the weekly reading. So I'm not sure if you've been choosing the readings where I'm talking about integrity, but for a lot of you, you need to move about your desires and career choices, or business ideas and business ventures, or even hobbies, but with integrity. So you have this 8 of Pentacles, which is for you talking about learning something new. And for some of you, while learning something new, that could also mean teaching other people. So for some of you, it's learning how to be that leader in your business space, standing up and speaking your truth. For others of you, this is a certification course or certification class that you need to do or get. Some of you, it's about going back to school. What is your desire? It is saying to you that it's in reach, but you have been caught up in your emotion, and it's time to embark on the new learning curve, the new learning path. Because it's going to work out in your favor. So for you, number ones, you got to commit to your desire. It really is simple for you. It's not rocket science. It's not some weird mathematical equation. It's literally almost saying to you 1 + 1 is 2. So what do you need to commit to? The desires of your heart. And whatever that means to you, whatever book you have to read, whatever course you have to take, or whatever loan you have to apply for, whatever, do that. But it's time for you to gather this information. You're in the information gathering stage and process. This fairy is gathering and building. So it's okay to reflect. There's a time for reflecting, and then there's a time for expanding your mind and learning. And that's where you are. That's what you need to commit to. Now, what you need to learn is based upon what you are actually desiring. It's going to look different for a lot of you. Like I said, for some of you, it's a certification. For some of you, it's a full degree. For others of you, it's being a spiritual teacher and teaching others, or teaching something in some capacity, teaching people. But in order to do that, you got to learn, you got to get the steps down to do that. To build the business, you got to get the practical steps down. So you need to learn that, you need to research that, you need to research LLCs and how to set up a business, or tarot, even how to read tarot cards, so wherever. But it's a learning and gathering stage and process that you're in, number ones, okay? So I hope that provided a little bit of clarity for you. But the answer is within. The answer is your desire. What you need to commit to right now, the steps to manifest your desire. Period. Okay. Uh-oh. My tea got cold. All right, number twos. You got travel for the oracle. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Look at this. You got the Queen of Swords. And you got the Nine of Swords. Some of y'all, you just be trapping yourselves. So you can be a creative person, number twos. Very intellectual. I'm looking for a word. I can't remember the word. I forgot the word. Let me look it up. Because I think I read it in here. Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. Wait a minute. Bear with me, number twos. What is this? Oh. One moment. Yep, you're strong and you're smart and you're creative. What am I looking for? Oh, wait a minute. That's not the word. One moment. I probably edit this long pause out. Or maybe I won't. Oh, that's the word? Dire. Okay, that's the word. I don't know. Anyway, the word I looked for was dire. So like I was saying about the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords is you're smart, you're creative, you're intellectual, give a lot of advice. But when it comes to your own self, when you find yourself in dire situations, is the word that I was looking for. You you sometimes, for you number two, sometimes you can tend to think in worst case scenario situations, but with that you think the worst can happen, and that causes you to be stagnant in your own life, number twos. So you got this travel card, which is totally the opposite, which is all about exploring and inspiration and branching out and trying new things. And so so you have to, why is this being so coming so difficult for number twos? What is it? What's going on with y'all? You have to think about, you have to understand that the idea of what the worst is in your mind may not actually be reality. Like on the other side of giving something to try could be this creative bliss. It could be this awesome travel life, and this life filled and led by inspiration and positivity. So you cannot think this doom and gloom as you're trying to advance, because you're already super resourceful, you're already super smart, you're already super creative, you're already super intellectual, you already possess certain wisdom, you give great advice. So all of these good things are already in you. It's just that when you try to apply them to yourself, you tangle yourself because your mind thinks in that worst case scenario way. But when it thinks that, it creates fear and it creates this buildup that slows you down, that hinders you. And it's game over for that. It's time for you to commit to best case scenario. Best case scenario. And these reasons, I keep going back to the airplane analogy. I did the airplane analogy and the what you need to know this week reading. And so in order to travel, a lot of travel requires plane. But if you have a fear of flying a plane, getting on a plane, if your mind goes to worst case scenario, oh my gosh, we're gonna fall from the sky, you can't get to this beautiful destination. You can't get to Dubai, and you can't get to Paris or Germany or whatever the case may be. But that's where your heart is. Now, I'm not saying that like for you who's watching, like, I'm just giving an example. So in order to experience this freedom and this adventure, you have to commit to best case scenario. You got to rewire that thinking, rewire your mind so that you can stop tangling yourself and hindering yourself, and really truly embrace this power that you have. Now, just because this is a Queen of Swords don't mean that number twos is only for women. This is also for men. It's an energy. It's not male or female. It's an energy. So number twos, commit to the best case scenario, and then move from that point with that idea in mind, with that visualization in mind. Right? That's it for number twos. I don't know why y'all reading so difficult. Okay. Number threes. You got You got autumn. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap a wonderful harvest of abundance. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvest of abundance. Look at this. You got the Ace of Wands. Is that coming through clear? Is it blurry? And you got the Empress. Oh, number threes. I said it because it just feels like tight. Feels tight where it needs to be loose and free. You got the Ace of Wands. Clearly, you have to commit to a new beginning. This, for some of you, is a new relationship. For some of you, it's a new work life. Some of you, it's even a new baby, new children. So you are embarking upon, you're already in like a new journey, like it's already kind of sort of happening, but we all have free will, so you get to determine how that will, what that destination will look like, feel like, be like, and through the process how you will feel. So you're on this new journey, you're at this Ace of Wands starting stage of something new, and it's telling you in the fall season that it'll all work out. But I feel like with this Empress card, because when I flipped it, it just felt tight. So I feel like with this, you're getting the message that you can't, like, don't self-sabotage. Like, don't hold on to something so tightly that you squeeze the life out of it. Like, you have to be open to the new relationship and whatever comes with it in a open-minded way. You need open-mindedness. That's it. That's what you need to commit to. Open-mindedness. Because something is new in your life. Things are new. And if you haven't experienced that yet, you're right at the cusp of it. And as you're going through this journey, you're going to see these wonderful manifestations by fall, which doesn't mean it's going to be doom and gloom along the way. It just means that you have the opportunity for it to be beautiful, but you cannot grasp. Let me see. Empress, 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 Empress. I'm about to read this to you. I'm about to read the Empress to you. You find yourself faced with a clear answer. Like I said, whatever this new thing is, like it's already there. Although it may not be the one you hoped for, you are in a position to nurture something. You must give enough of yourself to sustain life, but not so much that you smother the unique personality of the person, project, relationship, or situation you find entrusted to your care. Come on now. So something is happening, and it's not necessarily a negative thing. I was say, although it may not be the one you hope for. Like for some of you, especially if it's dealing with children, this may not be. You may have brought a child into the world that you didn't necessarily plan for, or work could have just quickly abruptly shifted, and you feel like you wasn't ready or you didn't properly plan, but nonetheless it was what you manifested, and you can turn this situation into your liking, but you cannot grasp, you cannot smother, you cannot squeeze the life out of. So you have to commit to open-mindedness and commit to giving enough of yourself to sustain the situation until it manifests in the way that you desire. If that makes sense for you. But it says in the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvest of abundance. So that part is clear. This is going to be something good for you. You have to see the good in it. Okay, number threes. So commit to an open mind about whatever shift has happened in your life. Right? Right. Okay. Number fours. You got the power, which showed up in the weekly reading today. I mean this week. So for some of you, you may have gotten this message twice. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Okay. You got the Hanged Fae. Isn't that my neighbors? I hope y'all can hear that. And you got the Three of Pentacles. You you're working through something. And you are resourceful. You are resourceful. And it is clearly indicative with this card. You got the power. But I feel like you feel as though you are in an uncomfortable position, an uncomfortable situation. But although you are Fairies, what are you speaking to number fours? You have to commit to perspective. With the Hanging Fae, I always get a message about perspective. Because on one hand, this fairy may look uncomfortable, right? But on the other hand, this fairy could also look free. It's really about your perspective, you know, and how you see it. Free enough and faithful enough to hang upside down. So, in a way, you have to embrace the fear, embrace the unknown, embrace the unknown, embrace the uncomfortableness, because as you're gathering and you're using your resources, the universe is meeting you and providing you with new insight, new resources. But if it feels uncomfortable to the point that you're not able to see the resources and tap into the resourcefulness, you'll manifest more of that uncomfortableness. So you have to shift your perspective. Let me read for you as well. I think I read for number threes. In the Hanged Fae's garden, your answer is that of sacrifice and faith. You will be called on to sacrifice something for that which you hold dear. You should have the faith of your convictions and know that all will turn out well in the end. Yes. Although it may be scary at first, right? So scary, uncomfortable. Once you actually do it, you will experience a relaxed happiness and a knowledge that you've done exactly what you should. So, I mean, it says you got the power. It says use your ability to resolve the situation. Again, what you have to do as you're gathering the insight and inspiration may feel a bit uncomfortable. Like the book said, there may be a sacrifice that had to be made. So you may be doing something that you're not used to. For some of you, you could be quitting a job. For some of you, you you're exposing yourself a bit more to the world in a different way. That may be risky, that may be scary, that may be frightening. But you can do it. You got the power. You can do it. Use your ability to manifest the situation in a way that you desire. But you have to, in order to do that, develop a new perspective. So what do you need to commit to? The unknown. You need to commit to the unknown. It may not be the most comfortable. It does come with some sort of sacrifice. But as the card says, once you do it, you experience this happiness. And you experience this clarity and this knowledge, knowing that you have done what you needed to do. So don't look for perfection, and don't look for this road that this fairy is walking on. It's a tightrope, right? It's not this wide cemented sidewalk with all of this space. Like, she could easily fall. Again, in both decks, the fairies are in what you would consider to be uncomfortable situations. But there's a level of faith here, as the book was talking about, and trust. So this is you. Commit to it. Commit to the unknown. Because on the other side of that is everything that you want it to be. Wonderful harvest of abundance. Satisfaction. Happiness. New perspective. Didn't I just say that? New perspective is on the other side. You're like, oh, I could do that now? Oh, that's what that was about? So now you've increased your faith. You've manifested something. And you have a different worldview. That's what you'll gather should you commit to the unknown. Okay, number 4s. Number 5s. Is it? Oh, I thought my camera had stopped. All right, number 5s. You got let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. Let it go, let it go. Another Queen card. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Another creative mind. You got the 5 of Wands. Oh, for some of you guys, for a lot of you guys, number 5, you may be in conflict with somebody who just does not see you or hear you, and maybe you don't see them or hear them, and you're trying to explain and overcompensate, and you need to commit to releasing. You got to commit to releasing what just isn't. Or there's people who come into our lives, or situations that come into our life for reasons and for seasons. And perhaps you're in a season of holding on, trying to force something to work, and you just need to let go. But also, for some of you number 5s, you also have to let go of you being right all the time and be open to other perspectives, other voices. Because if you, either way, in either situation, you're tense. Your shoulders probably tense. You probably, and it's because you're not relaxed. You're tense. You're constantly in tense situations, in battle and conflict. Whether it's work, whether it's relationship, whether it's children, and it's like you're trying to force your perspective. So some of you need to let go of certain people and situations, but others of you need to let go of your own hindrances. You're getting in the way of your own self, of your own blessings. In whatever way, because it could go either way for you, number fives, like I said. Commit to the art of letting go. I think that may be a book. I could be wrong, but I think it's a book called The Art of Letting Go. Maybe you should read it. Or I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Maybe you need to read that. If you're in an argument and it's just not working out the way that you want it to, trust in the process of letting it go. It's not always about being right for your own sanity, for your own peace of mind. We all want to be heard. But you can scream from the rooftop. If somebody don't want to hear it, they ain't going to ever hear it. So you got to find somebody who do appreciate your voice. And then for some of you, you need to shut up because you just too much. Seriously. So let that resonate with your spirit. Either way, you got to commit to letting go, number fives. Be honest with yourself about which situation applies to you. Okay, number fives. Number 6. Last but not least. Whom do you need to forgive? Whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. Period. As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. You got the 7 of Cups, okay? Something emotional going on here. And you got the King of Pentacles. Let's see here. Got the 7 of Cups with the King of Pentacles. What is this speaking for number 6? It's with the whom do you need to forgive? I'm getting that you try to please people, making sure people are having a good time. Or you can do that. Like the King of Pentacles is like, I don't know, like the King of Pentacles can come like this big shot energy. And then you got the Pentacles, which is, about career, money, finance. So it's like you have the ability to bring people together or like make people happy or like even host like events well, like you're a good hostess. Like almost like you're the king of like you can take care of people in a way. But you got this emotional card and you got this huge emotional card. So it's like in the process of doing that, you're neglecting your own emotional needs. You got the 7 of Cups. This fairy is sort of reflecting into this ball. And so you got to commit to yourself, number 6s. You got to commit to what makes you happy. Stop and think for a moment. Stop and reflect for a moment on your own emotional needs at this time. Where are you emotionally? Are you emotionally satisfied? Are you putting on a brave face? Are you putting on this party face? in this strong face, but you're still hurting inside from something. You're angry, you're holding back, you're resentful. Because if you are, that damn show is not oops, I don't think you're supposed to cuss on YouTube. It's definitely not going to serve you in the long run. So it's time to press pause on people pleasing or making other people happy or being the king of your castle and being everything for everybody, and think about you. What you need to release, what you need to understand about the past so that you can heal and move forward. Even if it's your own self, even if you're holding guilt for your own self for certain things that you've done. Maybe that's why for some of you, you have this overcompensating energy, like this people pleasing type thing, because there's some level of guilt. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of it. You got to get out of it. And then for others of you, it's just past life, past experiences that you have suppressed, but they really haven't gone anywhere. Just because we suppress certain emotions does not mean that they are not active in our lives. So they show up. We tend to think people can't see them. We tend to think people can't see the truth because we often walk around with these facades. But it always shows. You can even see here. Well, this the energy that I'm seeing tonight. Anyway, this King of Pentacles. He's got the King of Pentacles. He's wearing a crown, but don't he look a little bit sad? Can't you see a little bit of sadness tonight? Anyway, I can. It's almost as if I'm picking up on the energies, almost as if he's looking at the party that he's planned and the people having a good time. He's like, oh, I did it, but now I still feel a little bit lonely. I still feel a little bit empty, right? So you got to commit to you and your own emotional needs. And you got to be okay with that. And you got to be okay with whatever the steps is for healing that you need, whether it's cutting people off or doing heart chakra meditations, doing grounding meditations, journaling, all of that inner work. You got to commit to doing it. You got to get to the root of what is this resentment. You got to figure out how you're going to do that. You got to commit to that. If you want to experience freedom, if you want to actually enjoy the party that you create, enjoy the party that you plan with everybody else, enjoy this life, enjoy your blessings, you got to commit to that inner work. You got to commit to you and your heart's desires and your emotional needs. Okay, number 6. Thank you guys for tuning in for this sporadic reading. What do you need to commit to at this time? I hope it brought you a bit more clarity. And I would really appreciate it if you would like the video, leave me a comment below, let me know which one you picked and how it resonated and what you gathered from the reading, and please subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. All right, guys, peace and blessings. If you're watching this at night, have a wonderful night and have a really, 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 really fantastic and great weekend. Thank you very much.